Hello there. Welcome to the doctor. How are you feeling today? Not great? Not doing fantastic? Well, let's see if we have to chop those boobs off. Just take a deep breath in for me, please. Okay, I'm just gonna take your pulse real quick. Yep. Right. Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna go right behind you. Okay. Take a deep breath in for me. Okay. And up here? Right. No, yeah. We have what you would call a masculine breathing pattern along with a male heartbeat. It's very common. It's very common among the ignorant and confused. How old are you? Right, yeah. Going through shifting hormones, right? By chance, do you have any friends that you do, right? In real life? Oh, online. No, yeah, totally. What is the subject of your usual conversations? Obsessive fixations on you latch your identity onto cartoon characters, celebrities, people that you don't know in real life, right? And then you think that you need to become those people, right? No, I think you might actually greatly benefit from chopping those boobs off. We're going to be testing your reflexes. So give me one moment, just outstretch your arms for me, keep them nice and relaxed. I'm just going to grab this one real quick. I'm going to give you a little tippity tap right there. Okay, yeah, no, that reflex was he was a little bit curious, honestly. He was a little bit curious. Give me one moment. I'm just going to give you a little tippity tap right over here. Okay, just another little tippity tap. Okay, yeah. That's very interesting. Yeah, it really is. Tell me. I'm going to be flashing a little light through this little lenses, and you tell me what you see, okay? Tell me, what do you see? Yeah? Okay, no, that actually indicates to me that you are currently probably very unwell, and I think what you would greatly benefit from is pumping chemicals into your body and getting unnecessary surgeries. I feel like, here, let me just, no, yeah, that's how the winds of time are really shifting things. Stay very still for me. I'm just gonna go in real quick, and I'm just gonna, yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah, no, really? That's what you see? Huh, that's interesting. The oddities, that is, the fractured relationships that you have with those around you. That's totally normal. That's completely fine. That's to be expected, honestly. It's kind of like when an elderly person's body starts to break down. That's kind of how predictable it is. Like, you're not supposed to have any iota of health in your life. It's better that way. It's much better that way. Okay. Right. What do you see? You see freedom? Right. No, yeah, totally. Freedom is always found behind bricked walls. Hence why the public school educational system is just phenomenal. It's honestly been amazing for the past 10 years, I would say. It's been, yeah, it's always just been phenomenal. I love it. I remember back in my day, they were giving what used to be crystal meth to children to calm them down, because, it's mentally unwell for children to be active and hyper and playing around and not listening to orders, especially when they don't know the language you're speaking. It's mentally unwell, and they need to be chemically sedated because that's for their mental health. But that was back in my day. We've since progressed. Let's see. Ah, yes, I love it. I love the little dewdrops in your eyes. This is phenomenal. Yeah. No, it's amazing. What do you see again? What do you see? Ah, right. No, yeah. Oftentimes people who have currently not the greatest mental health, they oftentimes see a light at the end of a tunnel that then they pursue and realize that the situation they just walked into was far worse, and they just have been had by the claw of Mammon. Mammon. I actually just remembered Mammon. I haven't heard that name in a while, but a friend of mine told me about Mammon. Do you know who Mammon is? Or Mammon? I don't know. Para de ser Mammon. What happened? You don't know? Mammon is a biblical demon that represents greed. Christ talked about him in the Mount of Olives, or the Olive Mount. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say things in English. And sorry, I only know things in Latin, Spanish, which is like, it's like Latin for beginners. But yeah, he mentioned Mammon, who is a demon of greed. It's like an influence over a human being's psyche, and basically the symbol is that of someone who's just indulging himself on everything because he can. It's really interesting how oppression can sometimes come from within, kind of like a demon's been possessing your body, and now that demon makes you feel like it's kind of like Reagan from The Exorcist. I love that movie. It's literally like prophetic. It's like, wow, maybe the oppressive force is the spirit of Baal inside of my body. Stay very still for me. What do you see now? Evil spirits dancing before your eyes? Yeah, we can correct that. Have you ever considered ripping off all the skin and flesh from your forearm and then custom making the most euphoric I mean, I feel the bliss already. A sausage, right, in your nether regions, in order to feel true mental health. You've never considered that? How does that sound? It sounds phenomenal, right? No, let it simmer. Let it simmer. Zimmerman. Hans Zimmerman. Let it simmer, right? Really, just let it, flesh out. I don't know if any of the other adults in your life have told you about this idea, told you it's a great idea. Completely correct. And they've never been wrong in their entire life. In fact, you should listen to them. Cha-ching. It's honestly gonna give you the best results. There's no regrets, and it's gonna be your true self. Yeah. You know how you were born one way and you need to change to become another way? Just know that you'll never want to change again. It's like a divorce. It's like once you get divorced, your chances of getting divorced again just completely drop to the ground. It'll never happen again. And the cycle of those headaches will just be completely avoided. It's what it is. In fact, I remember my grandmother told me that when my grandfather was chronically having affairs on her because he was a possessed man, possessed by the deadly sin of lust. And she ended up telling me, she was like, Angelica, when a man hurts you, get back at him and, do exactly what he does, because then you'll really show him. She certainly didn't spend the rest of her life devoted to her children, taking little walks on the streets in the sun, and then being flirted with by other old men who she then rebuffed because she was like, no, it's okay. I don't need any men in my life. I live for my kids. I'm like, she certainly didn't lay such a noble and beautiful example that literally in itself is testament to a much preferable lifestyle than any of the nonsense that a bunch of idiots are now trying to normalize. Stay very still. We need to see if we need to cut your boobs off. Okay. Right. No, yeah. What do you see before you? Cellulite, right? Don't worry. When you feel the penultimate euphoria, we will be plastic surgery modifying every element of your body that you don't like for mental health reasons. It's mentally unwell to feel like you aren't, like, physically who you are. And in order to correct that, we must cosmetically fix it. It applies to everyone, really. If someone doesn't like their nose, it's like you don't tell them, hey, that's mentally unwell, you should love your nose, and we can fix your brain. No, you chop the nose off. It's what can I say? It needs to be done. Otherwise, it's the demons come out. It's like the Legion movie, right? It's like you can hear the crackles of just, we are they. Anyways, so stay very still for me. I'm going to ask you once again, what do you see? Yes, a V, because you're going to be making me very, very wealthy. Now, we have 3 more. Oh, I like this one. It reminds me of the 60s, the generation that ruined everything. Stay very still for me. I'm just going to be... What do you see? Right. I too remember Snap Crackle Pop from the Rice Krispies treats. Yeah, those were good times. I remember when innocence was supposed to be normalized. It was so much fun. Now my teacher talks about her polycule, and it's like mix Skeeter. I thought we were supposed to be learning our multiplication tables. I'm 14 years old. I feel like I'm starting to be held back. I don't know what 12 times 12 is at 14. Stay very still. Okay. No, yeah, what do you see? Like a forest of trees? Yeah, no, it's very disgusting. Like, it's like literally like, ew. It's like, get rid of that. No, ew, disgusting. Not in my area. Stay very still. What do you see? Yeah, fence. How do you feel about this fence? It feels euphoric. No, yeah, totally. Alrighty then. I've concluded that you need to have your boobs ripped off. We'll be taking those now. I'm going to be just giving you a little bit of the anesthesia. Stay very still. I'm just gonna quickly it's gonna be a very quick, no, don't worry. It's like, I can tell right now. Like, look at me. Yeah, you've got a masculine gaze. I can really tell from your eyes that you are truly on the inside meant to be completely physically, surgically, chemically dependent on us for the rest of your life. So just stay very still. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Okay, slow wake.
Gotta get you a little more groggy, a little more sleepy, a little sleepy. It's odd, really, how when I was a child, they were normalizing psychiatric medications to elementary school students, and I would watch my friends get essentially lobotomized around me, chemically lobotomized. It wasn't really called that, though, but it was what happened. They missed out on chunks of their adolescence and childhood. Their development was really stunted. They were very confused afterwards, and it was like all the problems that they were trying to avoid made themselves 10 times more manifold after they were supposedly weaned off the medications, because the parents felt bad that these kids who they were trying to help in a very misguided fashion, modernists, I had hair in my mouth, were now struggling to develop a personality because they were on these medications. And I remember I too would also try to like hang out with them, and then it was like they weren't there in their bodies, they were gone. And now it seems like in my adulthood years, every 2 days, 1 week, there's a new unfortunate tragedy at a school. I'm sure there's no relationship. Stay very still.